Abusuafo me no kasa sisi eni de update bebe na bebeka yensa e Pinax TV akache ha se ya ye de bro na metimi esiso akache se me no kasa se mro ipa ne de ye de multimedia ye group of companies involve Joy Adom Asempa Insura che wan kasa betimi anemi edos bebe na senten ye ni banta ekoso between omo any Asen Central MP Honorable Kennedy akompre ho ehini Agyapong na officially no mu kirema tin ton time omoni ona bono etu nkwanta omapai update nsem ewo mu bebre na nsem kro na emu ye beka ya multimedia kro na mo program bia e friend no ye news file kwaso wo joy news abrante ne din e de Samson Ladi ye ayinini e de nsem bia betoja according to nsem wo ka se ejumakuo na ye friend multimedia ne mpa mo ho asema papa ne ye friend no na bo Kennedy no e ma no mo nto ne nsam friend no e wo show bia so ba ono abrante ayini mbepie so ni na ye nsem a Kennedy akompre okon Agyapong MP ekokan ye edefa ye Erastus ho a ni na ye nsem ye eba na wa homa ne so nsem a ebe se multimedia boycott Honorable Kennedy no say no kre say dey amafo na eka updates no ana say details no dodo na wona na akwaba
unu aba me Joseph bebe
Honorable Kennedy ni je sama pa na kache but at the other side na say on the other hand na amafo echima multimedia for chima sa papa no kra mo person betini din no kra bisa wo mama boycott no free na ekoi ne ho asem form ho sa.
Yes, it's very true. A very sad one, but it's true. But we share in some multimedia forecast, they are basing on the fact say over the years they've been a friend to Agyapong. They've been a voice and the microphone Agyapong needed for him to be Agyapong. In terms of the name and the exposure that he gets. Multimedia comprised of Adom TV, Joy TV, a whole lot of other affiliate stations, especially you see on multi TV decode. And yes, you get most stations are news and other channels. So they've helped Agyapong, but in the recent part, in some course between Agyapong any multimedia and Kwesi I am bloody. In fact, it became bloody when Agyapong's response came say the man used drugs to build a company.
Okay.
Sebi or the cocaine and grow and not toying on the building multimedia. At that same time, to the first thing what had to do with Erastus Donko. Erastus Donko no and Agyapong channel 2 TV Eka say if he had the power and authority and he was the president, he will make sure that guy will be laid in public and beaten. These words were not taken lightly by the workers of multimedia. Now no multimedia itself is empty. Multimedia itself is like me to say useless without journalists.
Yeah.
Without journalists, the station itself is useless. According to Pinax, without the people who talk, without the people who work, the station Pinax is useless. So the same vein, even in business, they say the voice of the people is the voice of God. So the voice of people and other workers is that Agyapong have disrespected one of our workers. He has started threatening one of our workers, the person that works with us. And if you don't do something against it, the next time is going to be our station. The next time is going to be all of us.
Okay.
What am I saying? It's almost an attack on journalists, an attack on this. So they are based on all of these points and answer all of these reasons.
Okay.
And also yes, so initially they wanted an apology from Agyapong. Since Agyapong would just clarify, say, he just wanted to attack the credibility of the state. And I say, question the credibility. Say, my idea, you guys should set up what am I saying, and not necessarily attacking just the journalists and since that apology didn't come. Rather, Agyapong went further way to say, on the multimedia is going to expose all of these people. So, also be exposed here. We see a fake, we see a foolish, we see a bribe.
I see a use cocaine.
Yes. So basically, you are telling us that we are useless in your own words, and we can't use that useless platform you describe us as to further employ you, and yet employ you or put. Give like, an update.
Yeah, platform.
Any other station can do. Now, this is very deadly because not just multimedia per NIA, there are other smaller stations who also felt betrayed by Agyapong's ways. We share, especially on social media, they've started limiting the number of posts and stories they do about Agyapong.
Wow.
Ken has Net 2 TV. but
And I'm going to me.
he needs all of that. Maybe this day and age, King Japan can skip multimedia and still be whoever he wants to be. I'm talking about his presidential ambition, but a bit deadly because he can skip it because he has Net2 TV and then he has social media. See, and King Japan Kasa, every normal website can pick it. It will blow. Whether multimedia, Adom Online write it, whether City News,
Joy.
and whether your friends Manjo Online, whether all of these platforms are much on one track, King Japan still can get the hype because the social media. Social media is not regulated by multimedia. Is you for space there. So that is the whole thing there. Minoka say no call multimedia from website. Been following them for some time now. You realize say all the news about King Japan henceforth has to do with omo ne King Japan court case na updates ne pe. Nti the King Japan court see issue no for in some account about multimedia. No pe number one step. Na ebia multimedia for a debunking a claim by King Japan say omakojibra and open on be. But aside from that to all their platforms
appointed as new boss
it started immediately after. When this all the into share call a year your friend is say Manjo Online, call Adom Online, call Adom TV, Facebook, call Asempa, all their various platforms, Hit FM near there, call now. You realize that all the good things King Japan is doing, like going to war to beg the chiefs, they refuse to write about, they refuse to even go there and telecast it. Into Sha, a brand King Japan it was just a few stations like Net2 and even TV3.
Okay.
Most of them are boycotting him because of the things that he said, and this is very deadly to him.
But is before I start time before I start call something story no, I want to ask say almost say media house need be feeling offended. Say MP na be and they need apologies but almost so as media no, I think they have an oath like month almost ejuma. Can they stand on say papa na aka be to know ejuma was almost so here?
This is the most smartest question which will come from any person, and that's a smart question because in terms of journalism what we are doing now in terms of this whole social media thing, we are between press. There's the printing press, and then we are between the normal media transmission media like radio and TV. So social media like is in between. But regardless, it depends on how quality you want to do your work because CNN is on YouTube, Fox News is on YouTube. Mm-hmm. In terms of that, the mantra that they use in terms of journalism is free and fairness. Aside from that, too, they swore an oath, not an oath cry. They promise to write things and not be biased.
Yeah.
What I say? It's not be biased, which means say obi echwa so no obi aye bibi na enya oda. Report it as it is without any favoritism or biasness. What I say?
Yeah.
Good. So in that same vein, multimedia and obetima as a pro NDC station. Obetima as a pro MPP. So let's say it's a multimedia a pro NDC station. The fact say a pro NDC station. The fact say a pro NDC station akufo the MPP wa ban. So that doesn't mean say if the president do something and MPP for they will say because the MPP they need to know the limit. Even though more coverage of NDC, they will also have a mandate to say the truth. So the first second in Japan, a chair of Ghana Gas, you are not reporting about it. The first second in Japan, to solve a dispute, you are not reporting about it.
And
other things. But here, when you say King Japan have got an accident, and King Japan has been involved in a 5 million bribe scandal. Now the Kotoa, it makes you that person putting it on that platform. You are a stupid person. We are Jimmy for.
Right.
You are very foolish because you are telling us indeed you are fighting him. Then it means you are not a journalist.
Okay.
I'm not mentioning any platform here.
But
if at the end of the day, Nipana ya the power so on show. Why are the papa why donate also on show? Now asemi buy no crane what your pen control, which means we Jimmy for.
Okay.
Which means you only want bad things. And let them know say what they are doing is not a service to King Japan. King Japan, you leave one day, Obifi as you go. How long will they leave? How long will all of us leave? So the mandate of you people is to report. At the end of the day, say King Japan chair of Ghana Gas, not investor be back Ghana or call Google or you have fact and reviews about the person is about to deal with. There's nothing.
Okay, so
you are doing
other
a
media
disservice to the
platform biano or sa wonye wejuma nti say who viewers ne who listeners no munti a na wejai wo nti. Okay, so first of all to any story ne so no na I was say omo to safre ye papa ken Agyapong na wejai ejuma.
In the same vein, Ayenini should also sit back and look at himself. It's like saying, sir, Kweku Baako. First of all, he doesn't control the programs there. Now as a host, obe koni ashishi bibia panelist on beba.
Na say o anyo no ye but okono koto no obejai.
So this is it. It's like telling me, say Kweku Baako or a frequent guest on your show. Kweku Baako have turned against you and have turned on you. Our say what something Ayini and Ayenini. You take bribe from politicians. These are very tedious statements. But what can say in Ukraine, maybe it will be in trial. But the fact say the guy has said that about you, we can't discern if it's true or not. What must you also have to defend yourself. You can defend yourself on your platform or perhaps take him to court. But the fact say Oba Station, you can't say because of his sema.
Okay.
Kukuba Kwaka against you, so you don't need him on your show. That is very disrespectful. It is very disrespectful because you are failing to do your work. What man? Yes. Wage manager also yeah. The fact that somebody has gone against your words and as Obia can send one alpha, you can take the person on. But being a juma, intino if Kukuba Koba not in some account for who na any too sorry aqua. Then I think you yourself you need some sense.
So because say abo be sunu aso enka sorry ne so.
What man say? Yes, a juma now it's a service to the nation. I say, minim ubia my one is say, the infant say Pinax ubia my one is my ebia nipano yempe ubia sim. I don't know who to. Infant say ebia Trini Jonas. You need Trini Jonas any issue. I like him a lot. We don't have any problem with him. My example, na Trini Jonas I could do attempt say Pinax TV for Montreal. That doesn't mean that Trini Jonas.
The story by
because any new food.
Then we are who see inviting to studio. I invite.
Okay. Of course, social media could do attempt so very reply but in terms of work, it is well. So he should put all of these Myanmar and I say ordinary kuma teach no matter news fan, you know.
And also emotional journalist.
Emotional journalist.
Okay.
What he's been an emotional journalist because at the end of the day, you news fan yeah who host it. You know host it forever. Actually, in the 5, 6 years or 10 years, we'll be back.
Sure.
Alright, so what legacy are you leaving? And a time will come, they will need Agyapong there. Let me tell you something. All these things which is going on, it is making one person big. Agyapong. Because a reports as a journalist, say the things as it is. Waken some from who debunk it and take him to court. But still news ban one report it. Yes, if a woman say mo between about studio for interview, mo training ko. Yes, do you know unim there Boni describing as what? As maturity. As I'm doing no US especially the two main big channels, meet Maka say a Fox and a CNN. But CNN the only number 4 because SBC, MNBC, MNBC friend is other networks top kakra but number 1 Fox News. For the sake of this comparison, number 1 Fox News, number 2 CNN. CNN a pro-democrat station. Into CNN you never like Donald Trump. You never like the Republican Party. You see US and I will see JFK Airport krana. You will be Republican Party krana. You don't want to because you see them as racist. That's because of the reportage they do. Secondly, Fox News, Fox News, you feel like Joe Biden is the worst president ever. It's the big mistakes America fought on. You even believe sometimes say the election crown was not really credible. But do you know what these two people do? When it comes to the fact, say Fox News will go out of the way, even though Biden administration, now on report it and on interview with Joe Biden, they'll go. Me, I've seen Joe Biden's interview
with Fox News.
With your friend Chris Walker was then the move or your Fox News host, Sunday Fox News host. Or no crana, maybe and Dinya Chris Walker, but on or year election or Tinemu as a friend is on a first or moderated first debate.
Okay.
He interviewed Joe Biden, but himself Fox News, Republican, more partners or more of the right. Your friend is saying station, right in a Republican. He interviewed Joe Biden. But he said, "Oh, you know, so few CNN, even though they didn't like Donald Trump, they wrote each and every time seeking interview with Donald Trump. They even went as far as interviewing Donald Trump's siblings. Obi ti meba CNN no obi di CNN attempt. You interview no. Interview no. But ebi nipa ne most omo interview obi na nipa ne Trump nipa. The interview ni sa to question my nipa no. Well, I know that CNN, you guys are fake news. They will defend themselves. Well said, that is your opinion. We are not fake news. Answer the question. It tells you the people understand democracy. It tells you the people understand the job they do. They are not being sentimental. They are not being emotional. They are doing their job. Okay. And anytime do you know what happens? It spikes their ratings. Because you himself first for Republican Party. Until you said Donald Trump Jr. or your interview Fox News. It's usually when you interview you when I started trending because in Tokankwa and no cry and
emotional journalist,
emotional station,
emotional journalist, emotional stations. There was a moody emotions to twin chain. I'm with you, man. Sending Nana Ekano.